Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of December 21st through the 27th. And during that time, we do have a lot of energy things going on. We've got the solstice on the 21st, and then we do have a waxing crescent that stays with us most of the week. And that's a time of heightened senses. It's just the heightened energy, really, which you might need because Christmas comes up on the 25th, and maybe you need that extra energy to do those last minute holiday things. We then do have the first quarter moon that comes in on the 27th, and that can be a time when you might feel a little impulsive or impatient, where your mind's a little bit active. So keep all of those energies in mind as you get through this week. And my advice is to just take a little bit of time for yourself at some point through the week, because I know it can be a little crazy. But this will be kind of a quicker than usual reading. We'll just get through it. I just wanted to touch base with you on this holiday week. So this will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is it's time to release negativity. And what a better week than this week for that. Release all that negativity and just enjoy the season. But yeah, as I'm shuffling, my special message this week is that I just want to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. Again, this will be a quick reading because I know my time is limited right now, and I'm sure yours, is as well. So just a little touch base. After the first of the year, we'll get back into the more detailed, longer readings where I take a little more time with you. But for now, let's just do a little quick one, right? So let's see. Aquarius, December 21st through the 27th. It's time to release negative energy, and your present energy right now is you can't release it more than that with the 10 of Swords. So something that you are done with and you're ready to release it and you're ready to get rid of it. Maybe so that you can enjoy yourself right now during the holiday season a little bit more than you might if you're not releasing it. So let's just try to release, get rid of it, and try to start a fresh start anew. Your current situation is wow. With every ending comes a beginning. So you need to start focusing on what's going to make you happier as this thing ends for you. What's going to make this be your happy ending for the next cycle. And this could be either the next cycle that we're in right now or the next year coming up. It's a lot of times around the holidays, we start thinking about the first of the year and those resolutions, those big life changes that we want to try to make this year. So it is a good time to be thinking about those things. At the root of your situation is the Judgment card. So you're into a new awareness because you've learned something about something or somebody or just something about the world. Judgment is about making judgment calls because some new information has come in. It's caused you to have a new awareness and sometimes change the direction of your life, of course. But very, very interesting. I want you to maybe look up angel number 1010, see if that has any bearing on your week this week, Aquarius. In your recent past, Three of Pentacles. So you've been in some sort of collaboration with something, and that might still be ongoing. It could be the thing that ended, also some sort of collaboration creatively. And it could be a work related thing too. And it might just be that this thing is now coming to an end and you're going to move on to the next bigger and better thing. What is on your mind this week is the Ace of Swords. So it looks like you've had some sort of idea or an idea that comes in this week that is kind of just like one of those moments of clarity, like an aha moment, like, oh, well, this is obvious. I should do this thing. So when you start to release, if you're in that negativity, it's very hard for those new ideas to have space to come in. So when you start releasing that negativity, that's when those ideas can come in and things seem very clear. And if something has seemed negative, this ending has seemed negative, sometimes it's hard to see when you're in it that it's actually a positive, and you might not see it for a few months, but you might look back and say, oh, I'm in such a better place than I was 6 months ago. I'm so glad that thing happened, because if it hadn't happened, I wouldn't be where I am right now. So that's always just the way to really think about anything that we're going through. What is just ahead of you this week is the Queen of Cups. So you're going to be very just emotionally grounded and stable and understanding of not only your emotions, but the people around you this week. And, open at least to relating and just being kind of the voice of emotional reason this week. So that's a really good thing. The nice, calm version of yourself. In your advice position is the Six of Pentacles. So, the advice here is if you're feeling a little bit like an outsider, try to rectify that somehow. And if it's financially as or materially that you're feeling like an outsider, don't let comparison be the thief of joy. You find your joy in the things that bring you warmth and happiness, and it doesn't always have to be material things at all. I've never been a big material person, and those kind of things just don't make me happy. But what does is spending time and energy with people, just really good, deep conversations. I will take that over a material thing any old day of the week. What is beyond your control this week is a little bit of stability. So, while you might be feeling like an outsider, hey, at least you're stable. You've got the things that matter. You've got those things that you need. So that's really, it's time to be really thankful and grateful for that. Not everyone does. So don't let yourself feel like a material outsider when you have everything that you need right at your fingertips. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? Is the Emperor. So is this, are you trying to avoid being a leader or a builder or building something? Or is it your deepest secret desire? That might be how you want to arrive at this 10 of cups, maybe in the next months of your life. Maybe by next year, you would like to see this card right in the center of your reading, for the end of the year. So what is it that you want to build? Did you have some sort of idea this week to release that negativity? And this idea comes in of like, oh, I want to build this thing. And you just move off and start focusing. Maybe it's time to, take out a sheet of paper, and when you get that idea, and start just writing down those little brainstorm things that it might be something that you can build on for the coming months and the next cycles that are coming ahead of us. In your outcome position, Aquarius, is the Five of Cups. So, yeah, this leaves us feeling a little bit kind of sad about something, and but again, it's letting go. If it's letting go of this negative thing, you kind of do have to go through those feelings and feel all of those things as you let it go. But like I said, once you do that, all of a sudden you're leaving that space for new ideas, for new things to come in, for you to build and to work on for the next coming part of your life. What is hidden from you this week is the King of Pentacles. So maybe it's Pentacles that you need to be working on. Maybe it is really kind of organizing your material world in a way that you don't feel like an outsider, working on that stability a little bit more, and just, even just building up your bank account. It might be something that you want to think about for this year. So, what things can you cut back on and do things so that you feel better next year. And again, you feel like that Emperor who's really just in control of everything and is literally the ultimate in that stability. Also, while we're talking about the stability of the fours, since we do have two fours on the table, I'm going to say that not only look up 1010 as an angel number, but also look up 44 and see if that means anything for you this week. So, all right, let's see if we can get a Soul Oracle card to wrap up this reading. A final message here for Aquarius, December 21st through the 27th. Final message for Aquarius is begin to explore. And yeah, if you're releasing that negativity, you can begin to explore. That's when, again, your mind has some open space. If you're constantly in this negative, if this thing has ended and you're just really ruminating on that, it's hard for something new to break through and come in. But if you can release that in whatever way, and even if it's just meditating and asking the universe, hey, I'm done with this, please take it off me, I don't want to think about it anymore, then you make some space for new ideas. So let's get a final word here on your self-care. What does Aquarius need to do in the way of self-care this week? And the card that comes to you is the card called Truth. Truth is different at different levels of consciousness. Reserve judgment. There's this judgment down here. This is the root of something. Are you judging something that maybe you shouldn't be? And my example for that is not everyone is where you are. You're any of us, right? And so I know for me, I can look at some people and say, oh, I remember being there, or I aspire to be there. So, we're all working at a different level because we're all learning at different levels all the time. So, Aquarius, I want to thank you so much for being here. Most of all, I would like to wish you a very, very Merry Christmas this year. Please make sure that you do get with some friends and family, spend some time together, and just enjoy each other's company. It shouldn't be about material things, it should be about, happy family and friends and just the warmth that comes with this season. So, thank you again for being here. Merry, Merry Christmas, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.